Welcome to the Wong Reviewer. My name is Will, where I do tech unboxing, tech reviews, and tech tutorials. And today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It's going to talk about my office / YouTube part studio makeover. I have a little office in my house that I use to do both my office work and my YouTube filming. And if you remember before, I had actually a white table here with an white overhead rig. And I had a lot of electronic stuff spread out all over the place, and it was taking up a lot of space. And that table was 4.5 feet. So I was tired of seeing the mess. As you saw in the intro video, like it was just a complete mess. And I wanted to clean it up and organize it in a way that I can find my stuff easily, and I can locate and I can start filming easier. I wanted a way to organize all my stuff so that it was easy for me to find what I needed for filming with having to scatter through the table. And when I did have to film, I had to take all electronic stuff off the table, put it on the floor, film it, and then put everything back on the table. And because I didn't want to keep putting it in boxes or put it elsewhere for me to find. And so I made that change. So what I did is I purchased this Mastercraft tool cabinet. Because I wanted to keep all my stuff organized. I also like the fact that this one comes with a pegboard, and I can put all of my equipment for both my PC building, my videography equipment, and all the different cables I use for shooting videos up on the pegboard. I also like the fact that I can organize my video equipment. So I have my tripod and my multiple Fuji lenses, and some of my flash components here as well. I also like, on the side, it has a pegboard which I can put more stuff on. My kids have decided to put their Nerf guns on there. It comes with a cabinet and 4 drawers and 4 drawers as well. And so this is where I organize all my stuff, which I'll go through in a second. Part of the other makeover was adjusting my office space or my desk. So the overhead rig that used to be here used to be white. My kids spray painted it black for me. I've mounted my Godox light up here at the top now. I also have a boom arm with my Rode NTG mic. And I cleaned up my desk completely. So now my desk is great for doing overhead shots now. And I'm gonna do it from my desk instead of having 2 different workspaces. And it also allows me to mount, because of the overhead rig, I can mount additional lights. I could put my studio headphones in here, as well as again, this boom arm on here. And so that kind of lifts everything off my desk and leaves it up high. And the best feature is I can put different key lights up on my overhead rig, especially when I'm doing Zoom conferences now that I'm working from home, better lighting, as well as setting up my Fuji camera as a webcam using the Elgato Camlink. And those are kind of the things that I've made. Those are major changes I have for this workspace. I picked up the Mastercraft Work Center cabinet from Canadian Tire. It's a retail store within Canada. It retails for $500, however I did pick it up on sale for $350 last weekend. It has 4 wheels, which is nice, so I can move it around the office. 2 of the wheels have brakes on them to lock it into place. It's 40 inches wide with the pegboard 61.3 inches tall, and the depth is 20 inches. I like the pegboard features on the side of the cabinet. On the right hand side, I showed earlier in the video of the Nerf guns being mounted there. On the left hand side, I hung a power bar and headphones. Hanging the power bar allows me to move the cabinet as one unit without having to drag the power bar and attach AC adapter cords around on the floor. The tools I have hanging on the pegboard, the first one is the Gerber center drive MultiTool. I use it quite often in my PC build tutorials. I have pliers, screwdriver, and a lens duster pen, which I use to clean my lens, my sensors, as well as my Parrot teleprompter mirror, so it's quite handy. I have the Adamus Ninja 5 AC adapter hanging there. It's always plugged into the power bar, ready to go. I have a Benchmade Super Freak pocket knife, which you may have seen in all my unboxing videos. I hung up my Rhino Evo camera slider as a solo content creator. This is a great tool, which I'll do a review on this later as well. I have various USB and audio cables hung up so it's easier for me to access without having to dig through drawers looking for them. The pegboard has a hole where I can run power cords through it. I have an AC adapter that is plugged into the power bar, and the cable is ran through the hole to charge my XH1 or XT3 battery grip. I have a cutting mat on the surface to protect the wood, as I don't want to accidentally scratch it if I'm using my knife for unboxing videos. I already put a dent in it when something fell on the shelf the first day. I'm going to show you how I organize my drawers. The top one has my pair teleprompter, my step-up rings for the prompter, the Atomos Ninja 5, the H4n Zoom, a Sony voice recorder, my Rode Wireless Go system, and other audio-visual connections. The second drawer is the various camera adapters I use to mount equipment to my camera or my overhead rig. I have an old iPhone 8 Plus and then the DJI Osmo phone gimbal for filming B-roll footage. I also have an SD wallet for spare SD cards for both cameras. The third drawer is a dump of all extra USB docks and cables I don't use regularly. Colored Velcro rolls are great. I use them to color code my cables in my drawers so it's easy for me to identify them. For example, any yellow wrap cords are on my USB-C type cables. I'll leave a link for the colored Velcro rolls in my description below. The bottom drawer contains my cameras and my battery grips and a monopod. Right now the XH1 is in there as I'm filming on the XT3. I also have some leftover packaging foam I use to protect the camera in the drawer, so when I open and close it, the camera is not banging against the metal of the drawers. On the right hand side, it's a large drawer with two shelves. The top shelf contains the DJI Ronin SC. Some of the footage you saw earlier was done using the Ronin SC, especially the panning shots. And on the bottom shelf has my camera bag with additional photography equipment. Another great feature I like is the ability to lock up my equipment. I usually put my lenses in the cabinet and pull them out when I'm filming. Another great feature is the ability to lock up my equipment. I usually put my lenses in the cabinet and I only pull up my lenses when I'm filming. We were victims of a break-in last year, and having the ability to lock my camera body, lenses, and expensive equipment does give me some peace of mind. However, as I'm just filming this, I realized having tools needed to break into my cabinet being accessible probably won't help me in this case. So another reason why I got the Mastercraft cabinet was the ability for me to roll it behind me like I am now, to change up my background for my talking head video segments, which is I'm doing now, attaching my Philips Hue play lights, and be able to change the color. Right now it's purple and green, kind of shining on some of the tools here, kind of makes it give a interesting background versus just a white wall that's behind me. And I just wanted to add a different look to the talking head videos, and I find that it looks way better than it did before. What do you guys think? Alright, so that concludes my video on using the Mastercraft tool cabinet to organize all my YouTube equipment, all my audio-visual equipment, keeping myself organized, being able to lock it up. I really enjoy liking it. It's smaller, takes up less space as well in the office, and it just looks cleaner overall. I am definitely feeling a little bit more organized, being able to take things out, to find what I need, and putting things away. And I think it's a fantastic investment for me to keep organized. Hopefully I can keep it that way. Alright, if you have any questions about what I've done, or the tools, or the equipment, or how I organize things, please leave in the comment below. I would love to hear from you. So stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 of the video is going to actually talk about my setup for how I actually shoot YouTube videos, both using overhead rig to do unboxing, as well as shooting these talking head videos and having what lights and how it's set up and what the sound system I use. So I'm going to do that as a part 2 to this YouTube studio series. Alright, so I hope you found this video helpful or insightful. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, like the video, and consider subscribing to my channel for similar content. Until next time.